Prophecy of the End Times, the 4th book of Esdras, or the 2nd Apocalypse of Esdras. Before we begin, I would ask that you pause the video and read chapter 5 to chapter 6 of the 2nd Apocalypse of Esdras, or the 4th book of Esdras. Now concerning the signs, that is, the signs of the end times, behold, the days are coming when those who dwell on the earth shall be seized with great terror or fear. See Revelation chapter 18 and verses 10 and 15. And the way of truth, the gospel message, shall be hidden by governments, politicians and priests, and the land shall be barren of faith. See the Gospel of Luke chapter 18 and verse 8. And unrighteousness shall be increased beyond what you yourself see, and beyond what you heard of formerly. And the land which you now see ruling shall be waste and untrodden, and men shall see it desolate. The picture presented in this verse before us, therefore, is that of a desolated system. The 10 horns hated the ore and made her desolate and naked. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. But if the Most High grants that you live, you shall see it after 1986, thrown into confusion after the third period, that is, the third trumpet. See Revelation chapter 8 verses 10 and 11. Chernobyl 1986 means wormwood in Ukrainian. And the sun shall suddenly shine forth at night, and the moon during the day. The sun and the moon stood still in their habitation. Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 11. It shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 7. This will be fulfilled on the 2nd of August 2027. Blood shall drip from wood, the process by which fertile land becomes desert, caused by deforestation and drought through climate change, and wasted by pollution from heavy metals, toxins, Agent Orange, radiation, anti-personnel, landmines, forest fires, and the general effects of global warming and warfare, etc., etc. And the stone shall utter its voice. Stones formed by man's spirit, the ignorance of ego, are deceptive and can cause a person to be stoned to death. That is spiritual death, and they build temples that will not stand the test of time. The peoples shall be troubled, and the stars shall fall. Stars represent prominent rulers. See the book of Daniel chapter 8 and the book of Daniel chapter 12. The stars falling to the earth would represent the overthrow or a revolution of world leaders being ejected from their positions of authority. The heavenly bodies are commonly used as representing governments and leaders. See Ezekiel chapter 32 verses 6 and 8, Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 1 and verse 10, and the Gospel of Luke chapter 21 and verse 25. And one shall reign, the Antichrist, whom those who dwell on earth do not expect, and the birds shall fly away together. And the sea of the people of Sodom, Sodom stands for pride and abomination, shall cast up fish, the coming judgment on Babylon the Great. See Revelation chapter 18 verses 7 and 8, and Revelation chapter 17 and verse 5. Just as the sea casts out dead fish, and the one whom the many do not know shall make his voice heard by night, and all shall hear his voice, the voice of the Son of Man. This will be fulfilled on the 2nd of August 2027. See Luke chapter 17 and verse 29. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven, and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. There shall be chaos also in many places, the constant confusion of our time, and fire, a symbol of war, shall break out, and the wild beasts shall roam beyond their hunts. Worldwide terrorism, deportations, mass relocations, refugees wandering from place to place, and childbearing women shall bring forth monsters, in God's opinion, speaking metaphorically. And moving on now to chapter 6 and verse 20. And when the seal is placed upon the age which is about to pass away, then I will show these signs, the sign of the Son of Man, which will take place on the 2nd of August 2027. The books shall be opened before Evan. See Revelation chapter 5 and chapter 6, and all shall see it together. Verse 21. And women with children shall give birth to premature children at 3 and 4 months, and these shall live and be raised up in incubators. Sown places shall suddenly appear unsown, and full storehouses shall suddenly be found to be empty of food, including the seas from overfishing. Verse 23. And the trumpet shall sound aloud, the 6th trumpet, World War III, Phase 2, and when all hear it, they shall suddenly be terrified. The Twin Towers attack on September the 11th is the 5th trumpet, which was Phase 1 of World War III, the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan. And verse 25. And it shall be that whoever remains after all that I have foretold to you shall himself be saved, and shall see my salvation and the end of your world.